Welcome back. As we celebrate strength, love and dedication of all women, we're bringing you a delightful recipe that's steeped in tradition and love, Melkkos. This creamy, comforting dish is not only a staple in South African homes, but also a symbol of warmth and care. Now, Jay, I have a confession to make.
Okay.
And I know that there's power in vulnerability and this is a safe space, right?
Totally.
I'm not familiar with this dish.
Well, that's fine, Z. And you know, that's what I love about food, right? It connects people, it enlightens people. It's about sharing, you know, your memories, your heritage, your culture.
And here's the thing, every time I eat this dish from this moment on, I'm going to think about this moment because of my first time.
So should we get into it?
Yes, right, absolutely.
Cool. So obviously directly translated to English, Melkkos is milk food, right? So we're going to start off with our milk. And today we're going to be using our Clover fresh milk.
Can we speak about these awesome heritage bottles?
Right. So
Clover's 125 years old.
So Clover fresh milk is celebrating a remarkable 125 years. Can you believe it?
It really is a milestone to be going for more than a century.
More than a century, and obviously it's a proudly South African product, and because of that they have come out with this limited edition heritage pack, and you can see this beautiful label, which I think just speaks to the heart of South Africans. So we've got about 2 cups in our pot over there.
Okay.
Right, on a low simmer. So we're going to go in with a bit of sugar.
How much is that approximately?
I've put in about half a cup.
Okay.
Half a cup. Remember that the Clover fresh milk has natural sweetness, so it works well with this dish. So I'm not going to put too much sweetness to it, and I'm going to just add a little bit of the vanilla essence and just a dash of salt. And again, we're just bringing balance to this because this can be enjoyed breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
I was about to ask, when do you have it?
So we're just going to put in a bit of salt there just to bring in those savory notes. Now, Z, the other amazing thing about the Clover fresh milk limited edition heritage pack is that for every one of these that are purchased, Clover will donate 20 cents to community projects, which I think is wonderful.
Powerful. That's beautiful.
Right? Now, while that just gets to a gentle simmer, and Z, I'm going to ask you to watch this.
Okay, sure. Okay, so am I just watching? Am I stirring?
You're just watching,
okay.
You know.
I'm watching you.
What you see over here, Z, is I've got some butter and flour. So the idea is that you crumble the butter into the flour using your hands.
Does it matter if the butter's salted?
So I would prefer to use unsalted butter. In that way you can adjust the seasoning according to your taste. Whereas if you start with salted butter, you already have a lot of salt in there. So you're going to crumble it with your fingertips, and then you're obviously going to be you know, crumbling this until it reaches sort of like a breadcrumb consistency, which is what I have over here.
Oh, is this...
So you can see the consistency there. So it's not all the way incorporated. You still have a bit of, you know, a body to it. You can still see the flecks in the button. Just going to turn this up slightly.
Does this come to a boil or?
It comes to a gentle simmer.
Okay.
And I think we're almost there, Z. So I'm just going to give it a quick stir. And then I'm going to add this into the milk mixture. So I'm going to start with half and give it a stir and see.
Smells good already.
Right? You can really smell...
Smells like warmth and love and comfort.
You know? And we've got some over there, Z, if you want to have a taste. Now, this is a first, South Africa.
I saw this.
Zureda Jardine is having Melkkos for the first time.
For the very first time.
Let me know what you think.
It tastes South African.
Right.
In terms of that delicious cinnamon, sugary flavors that I associate with other things like Cook Sisters or that kind of thing. It's really delicious. And I'm trying to think, when would I have this? Would I have this as a breakfast, as a lunch or dinner?
I would have some for breakfast, save some for lunch, and have the rest for dinner.
Basically all day long.
And there you have it.
Delicious.
So we've literally made this in under 5 minutes, which I love, because if you're a mom at home, you know, working mom with kids and have a busy schedule, this is a great way to make sure...
That's finished already. That's incredible.
It's finished already. So
tell me something, Jay. Do you eat this hot or cold?
It can be served warm or cold. And that's the versatility of this. But I would prefer to serve it warm, just because we're adding a sprinkling of cinnamon sugar, and that's going to melt into it and give you that really, you know, Melkkos experience.
Well, there you have it, a comforting bowl of Melkkos to celebrate the amazing women in our lives. To get this full recipe, all you have to do is head on over to afternoonexpress.co.za. What a great show it has been, Jay.
Oh, it's so heartwarming, eh?
I know.
I'm tearing up already.
It's just like that meal. I have to ask you before we go, who's the most inspirational woman in your life and why?
Z, it's impossible for me to give one name.
Yes, I hear you. I hear
come from a strong lineage of incredible women, from my gran Omi.
Look at you getting emotional.
To my mom
I love
Pierre,
that.
to my sister Kim, who's just had twins, Andre, Michelle, Renee, Kelly, Kirsty, Nicola, Ashley, Robin, Mika, Tay,
Wow.
Melissa, all the amazing women in my life, in my family, made me who I am today. And there's just no words that I could say to even, put that in a sentence. So to all of them out there, I know you're watching the show. I love you all, and I miss you.
That is so beautiful. So beautiful, Jay. That is absolutely moving. I have to say, I'm also inspired by all kinds of women and the strong women in my life too. But if I've got to, and I know this sounds so cliche, if I've got to pinpoint one woman that's been instrumental for me, it has been Oprah. I've really just, first of all, I admire her longevity. As a little girl of color and her being a woman of color, she's just been so inspirational in my journey in terms of her diversity, her inclusivity, how she's gone on to overcome, everything that has happened in her life that could have potentially held her back. I find it to be amazing.
Yeah, and I think what's important, Z, is that whether you're an Oprah, whether you're a mom, whether you're a granny, whether you're an aunt, every woman in this world is special and they deserve the greatest amount of respect, love, and kindness. So
and especially, I want to say to the South African woman out there, we wish you a wonderful, wonderful Women's Day. That is it from all of us here. Remember that you can catch the repeats of the show on Sunday at 8:30 a.m. and we will see the rest of you next week, Tuesday. Goodbye.
Indulge in Clover's Moy River Pure Salted Butter. Perfect for cooking, baking and spreading. Elevate every dish with Clover Moy River Butter.